With us now is the editor-in-chief of Politics magazine, Bill Beaman. Bill, good to see you.
Great to be with you, Shep.
I really enjoyed the 60 Minutes thing last night, but I didn't learn anything. And I really enjoyed the aftermath of this thing today, but I didn't learn anything. I think I'm learning that they're good at saying not much of anything, quietly, calmly, and well.
Well, you know, let's take, for example, the 60 Minutes program where Barack Obama talked about how he wanted to get past ideology. You know, he's presenting himself as a pragmatist. You know, he said, hey, I'll take anything from the FDR playbook or the Ronald Reagan playbook for that matter. So meeting with John McCain, I think, furthers the atmospherics, and that's all it is right now, of course, because he's not president, but at least the atmospherics that he's not going to govern as an ideologue. He's trying to reassure, I would say, the great middle of the electorate that he's going to reach across the aisle, just as he campaigned on. And, you know, Republicans just aren't so sure that's going to happen yet. I mean, you know, we'll have to wait and see. But that's where that's the atmospherics for now.
When Steve asked him if he was going to include Republicans in his cabinet, he said yes. And then he followed up by saying more than one, and he said, that's all you're going to get out of me. Well, we're led to believe that Bob Gates might continue to sort of finish off the wars, if you will, and that would be one.
That would be one, and you know, the interesting thing is when he talks about you know, the possibility of Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State, he's actually, you know, he's talking about somebody that the Republicans, you know, preferred to him in terms of her foreign policy. So the Republicans are in an interesting dilemma. I mean, obviously, for the sake of the country, you know, they want Barack Obama to govern from the middle, not from the left. But they also, for their political future, kind of need the Democrats to overreach and kind of show that, hey, you know, they really do have ideas of governance that are decidedly liberal, and they'll abandon the middle of the country soon enough. And so, yeah.
I'm sorry, satellite. Do you have reason to at least feel like at the moment that the Republicans who want him to go left because they need something to fight against might settle all that down at a time of unprecedented difficulty for our nation, at least in our lifetimes? I mean, and that Democrats' pressure to govern from the left, and that pressure is there, make no mistake, that everybody will just simmer down for a while and let's try to fix this stuff?
Well, I think as a practical matter, politically, the Republicans will have to let things simmer down because given his popularity, given his stance that I'm reaching across the aisle in all these different ways, if you're seen as resisting, you're just seen as kind of getting in the way of nonpartisanship or bipartisanship. So, you know, there's that aspect to it. But I do think that, you know, Barack Obama has made some moves that at least give Republicans pause. You know, when he picked Rahm Emanuel as White House Chief of Staff, which is arguably the second most powerful job in Washington, you know, a lot of us were, of course, immediately latching on to the fact that this is a partisan with sharp elbows, and that's
Lindsey
true.
Graham wasn't. Lindsey Graham said it was a wise decision. I don't know anybody closer to John McCain than Lindsey Graham in politics.
Right, and what Lindsey Graham was pointing to is the fact that, you know, one of the things we forget is that Rahm Emanuel was the architect of when he was the head of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, architect of the approach to recruiting for congressional Democrats, moderates, and even conservatives, particularly in the South. So to the extent that the Democrats, who remain decidedly to the left on the spectrum, but to the extent that they've moved to the middle, it's probably thanks to Rahm Emanuel as much as anyone. So the fact that Barack Obama would be comfortable going with Emanuel as his chief of staff, you know, it's probably working for him on several levels. But one is, maybe it's a hint that, yes, he is going to be a bit pragmatic.
Maybe it is. Bill Beaman, we'll know soon enough, I suppose. Great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.